Hey guys, it's your girl Naira Amani back with another episode of Ambitious Artists Up Next, my series where I'll be interviewing your favorite up and coming artists. And today I got another special guest, Ryuu Richy, also known as Ryuu the Dragon. Welcome.
Yes, sir. We here. I appreciate you for the sit
Of
down.
course, of course. Bruh, we were supposed to make this happen for a little while now.
It's been a minute, but you know
Yeah.
what? I'm a believer in everything happening when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know, everything's on God's timing. So the fact that the album just dropped, there's no better time than now.
Right. I had to catch you. I'm like, let's do it. Let's do
Yes,
it.
yes.
So, tell me a little bit about your upbringing and how like your Caribbean roots have influenced your music.
Okay, so w- just the fact that like both my parents are Jamaican, you're gonna hear everything from reggae and
Right.
dancehall in the
Dance
house.
hall. Yup.
Yeah, I mean, and Jamaicans are very big Christians. Like,
Yes.
my mother would take us to church every Sunday, sometimes Tuesday nights. And I was a part of the children's choir at one point.
Oh.
So,
Is that kind of like the beginning for you?
yeah,
Music?
I didn't really participate.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
So I
like.
can't even be like that's the
Yeah,
backstory.
I wouldn't even say it counts because back then I was very shy. Like, me, I was one of the few kids that was in my age range. Everybody else was like older.
Oh, I see.
So they would put me in the front, but I was super shy. So I didn't want to be in the front. I didn't want to be heard. Complete different from where we are now. You know what I mean? But the amount of music that was played in the house, just whenever I'm not in Jamaica, that music is what keep, me rooted. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Keep me up to date, keep me up, hip to what's going on the ground and the culture
Yeah,
and stuff
bring
like
you
that.
back
So
to, your roots. Gotta
yeah,
keep that for sure, for sure.
yeah.
So I feel like you mentioned it a little bit. How has like family and just like community played a part in, your music career?
Oof. Well, my mom is my biggest supporter.
I love that. I love to
My
hear
mom is my
that.
biggest supporter. I'm not a mama's boy, but but if I was, she would deserve it. You know what I mean? She's a DJ herself, so
Oh, that's fire.
so
So music,
he-
creativity kind of run in that
it
family.
run in the family. Like, my dad actually used to, like, in America we call it rapping, but Jamaica it's like we call it DJing.
Yeah.
So he used to like MC and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Him and my uncle, back when they was younger and stuff like that, before he even left the country. And the only reason why he stopped is because my grandfather was like, "Yo, that's a foolishness."
Yeah.
So then he ended up
Yeah.
started building furniture and went into contracting
Yep.
and just never turned back.
Yeah.
They always like the traditional stuff. Music is never looked at as
A real career.
Right.
Yep, I get it.
So, but yeah, it does run in the blood. We're all music lovers in some shape or form. And my dad, he definitely supports, but he's like covert with it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't be knowing what he tells people until they come. I'm like, yo, say your father tell me I do music. Yeah, man, him show me a thing on YouTube. Me
You're like,
see.
yo, this man really proud.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, okay, he cares.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what. There was one time we shot this music video. It was my music video for 4TG. It's kind of old now, right? And he just got on the Instagram at the time, right?
Your dad?
He just got onto Instagram. He's 60 right now. So he just got onto Instagram and he seen that the numbers for the views on the post was going up. And he was like, every other day, I'd go into the kitchen about to, whether I'm getting ready for work, about to make me a cup of tea. He'd be like, yo, say I reached 22,000. Yo. Next morning, 33,000
The
views.
impersonation is
I'm like,
killing me because I know how accurate that gotta be.
Yo, it's pretty spot on. Impersonating is one of my favorite things to do. So like, he kept updating, and like one day he saw it stop, and he was like, how come it now move
Yeah.
again? How come it stop? I was like, I ran out of money. I was running ads, but
Right.
ads take money. He
Yeah.
was like, how much for an ad? I was like, that's how much money you got, Sometimes I put 10, 15, 20, depends on the check. He was like, Boom, $50.
What? That's beautiful.
And so
Oh my gosh, I love to see that. The parents have been supportive.
they've been supportive,
Yeah.
definitely supportive.
And that's interesting when it comes to the Caribbean community for sure. Because I got some friends also who, I'm Caribbean. I got some Caribbean friends.
I've been thinking it for a while, but I'm scared to guess the wrong country.
Oh,
that's
no,
that's
come
usually
on,
my
guess.
thing.
Just take a guess.
I
I don't know if you are gonna guess.
I All right. Let me guess broadly first.
Okay.
Is it one of the Virgin Islands?
So I feel like I'm gonna give it away if I tell you, because it's a little debate in the Caribbean community if this.
Oh, if it counts, is it Guyana? Oh snap! Okay, now that I would not have guessed.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed. Okay, word.
Yeah.
Like I work with a couple Guyanese people. And actually, one of my aunts who like babysat me as a kid, she's Guyanese. So her and her whole family, like I've been around Guyanese people like my whole life.
That's
so,
beautiful. Yeah.
And they have yet to convince me to eat roti.
You know what? First of all, we're going to get into that.
Okay.
Because I got a little question for you so I'm so happy you bring that up.
Okay.
So happy you bring that up.
You got questions, I got answers. I got answers.
Okay, so when did your music journey begin? So we know it didn't start
It
in
ain't
choir.
starting church.
So when did it start for you?
I wrote my first set of bars in middle school,
Okay.
just randomly. And I remember it to this day, too. It was super corny. And I wrote it, went to school. It was like, yo, man, I just wrote some bars, wrote some lyrics. And somehow that landed me in a rap battle, which then landed me it was like some Goku and Vegeta type of time where it's like, bro, like dude kept coming back and we kept going.
So you was one of them kids at the lunch table when it was like,
Yeah.
I can already see
it. Yeah. And it was a couple times and then it got to the point where it was like, all right, we the only ones doing this. This is getting mad, boy. So I just started to, I think not too long after that, my teachers, big up Miss McGaw, Miss Salter, Mr. G Play, like they came together, was like, hey, we're going to give you guys a project where you guys write a song about a problem in the world.
okay.
Right? All the teachers, all the genres, they collaborated and said this was going to be the next grade. Right? It was super weird, super unorthodox, but I thought it was very fun. They put us in groups. It was me, Joel, Alex. We made a fake little, rap group, Rage with a J, because Richard, Alex, and Joel Entertainment. And we wrote a song about pollution to Snoop Dogg's "Life of the Party" instrumental. And I remember a little bit of that too. We did that and just performing it in front of the classes, because it wasn't just our class.
So y'all was doing it in front of everybody. It's like a little competition.
The whole
going on.
middle school, so the 6th grade and the 7th grade at the time, we didn't have Clinton School. All the schools in Plainfield was doing this thing where they was like, okay, we're gonna expand all the schools year by year to have a middle school. So I was in the year where we was the first of each, the first 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we did it in front of the 7th and 8th, and the 7th and 6th, my bad. And just the reaction to how everybody like received the way I performed, I was like, yo, you know what? This is fun. I never thought it was something I was gonna do though, because I remember mindless behavior was like the biggest thing at the time. So it was like, oh, you guys should join the competition.
Oh my
they're
gosh.
they're looking for boy bands and boy groups. And instantly the shyness took over. I'm like, oh man, I can't do that.
Get somebody else to do it.
You know what I mean? So that's mom calling right now. So I was not ready. It wasn't until like after I graduated high school, because I wrote songs from that moment all the way up into high school. At first it was like to instrumentals of my favorite songs, and then it progressed to me like going on SoundCloud, finding producers, and it started with looking for a beat I heard on Adult Swim in the little commercials. And I found out there was like a whole thing dedicated to Adult Swim bumps. Started finding producers. I'm like, oh, y'all are tough. And started buying beats for the first time with my first job money.
Yeah.
And once I graduated high school, things didn't work out with college. It was back and forth with Keen trying to figure things out for a year and a half. And I said, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna have to tell. I'll call you back. Right? Things going back and forth to Keen, year and a half, and things was working out with financial aid. They kept postponing me,
Right.
and I was like, you know what? Music is the thing I love the most right now. I haven't drawn a picture. I stopped drawing as much, so music dominated my life. I was like, you know what? Let me do this for real.
Yeah.
So I think I made that decision. That might have been like 2018.
Okay.
2018 or late 2017, because 2018, the January was when I put my first song on all streaming platforms, and it's just been it since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so we know where you started.
Yeah.
That song back in that what, middle school.
Middle school.
That's crazy. So tell me a little bit about, like, do you have any like favorite dance hall reggae artists who've inspired you to make, not to make music, but inspired your music?
Absolutely. My number one for me is Cartel, like straight.
Yeah?
I mean, it's number one, right? I would say anybody else after that, I wouldn't put them in no particular order, but a lot of the artists that's, influenced me as, one, Sean Paul, because
Definitely.
his career, man, like just the longevity and the way he's able to like, what's the word, traverse, or just pretty much like branch out,
Yeah.
And bring this into this pocket, this genre, this lane, this country. You know what I mean? Like it's super crazy, And he has I've watched the interview of his where he mentioned this formula. It was like, yo, get him the patois and the verse, but then when you come to the hook, kind of like simplify it so the other people that are not us can understand it. So
Right.
stuff like that I learned from. Listen to a lot of Busy Signal growing up, Black Rhino, Movado. Once I started to get
A lot
older,
of heavy names for sure.
big names, right? So and Beanie Man too. Once I graduated high school and stuff like that, probably like during the pandemic, I got really big into Stylo G and Popcorn, and
Yep.
and they're some of my favorites right now. And just seeing like the way like Skilly Bang is like,
Oh yes.
I feel like the way he uses his lyrics to these rhythms nowadays, like in a way innovative, and it's like reminiscent to Cartel before the bleach. So it's I definitely I listen to him a lot. So those are some of the biggest on the dancehall side. Reggae, I would say Sizzla, Bob Marley, Capleton, Richie Spice for sure. Richie Spice, definitely. Those are some of my like favorites. And Damian Marley, can't forget Damian Marley.
Okay.
Biggest reggae influence for me.
Okay.
personally.
Dope.
Yeah.
So, what has been a major and meaningful moment in your career so far?
Whew. Okay, so major moments. Well, all right. So that moment I mentioned earlier, 2018, I dropped my first song on streaming platforms. That was major to me because before the song came out, like I put out the teaser for it a couple weeks. I was gonna drop it on my birthday. I don't know why we artists like think that's gonna be the biggest thing. They're like, yeah, I'm dropping an album on my birthday.
I noticed a pattern with that.
Yeah, I mean, like after doing it that time, I was like, I don't think that really works. But hey, when posted the teaser, and my big homie Gabe reposted it, and then B-Side saw it, and B-Side was running the hip-hop segment at Rutgers Radio at 90.3 FM, The Core.
Fire.
And he was like, yo, send me this. I'm played on the radio. So after sending it to him, probably like days later, he played it on the radio, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on the radio. And that was the sign. I was like, this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
College wasn't working. I was in that for like a year and a half. But as soon as I put music out on all platforms, I'm on the radio. So I'm like, yeah, like that's it. So that was a monumental moment. I would say another monumental moment was the 4TG shoot, because it's the first time we did any of that. First time we booked the Airbnb. First time we hired like dancers, like choreography dancers and stuff like that. But we went all out. We was like in Morristown. It was like pool, jacuzzi. Like the video's still up, so if you guys go watch
Definitely
it,
go check it out.
just know it was a time. I didn't have as much fun as y'all might think I had when you watch it, but it was a time. All right. A lot of headaches came with that too. It's very stressful to curate
Plan all of that out, of
and you
course.
know because I don't drink or smoke. So
Me
that
neither,
day
man.
I'm the only sober
Sober,
person.
and when you are, you seeing everything happening around you. It's like,
Oh
oh,
my
okay.
gosh, it was a mess. It was a mess. Those stories we could talk about that a different time or later, because I don't want to derail from the monumental moments.
Yeah.
So that was a moment that made a lot of people look at me differently as an artist, especially in the city. Everybody was like, "Oh, you the dude with the video with the
Yeah.
pools and the girls in the pool." I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." Yeah, you know. So yeah, you are. Yeah, what I mean. So that was a moment. Another moment would have been last night. Would have been last night. Album release party. My
Con-
first album drop.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
Out and About
Out
again.
and about again.
I'm so happy for you. So that's
Thank you.
perfect segue into my next question.
Yes.
So, just tell me a little bit about the process and where your head was at creating this album.
So at first, this project was going to be the third installment of the series. It was going
Yeah.
to be Out and About 3. But something like a bunch of things happened. One, I remember I sat down with you. We did the interview, and then you had referred to it as an album in the comments. I was like, oh damn, am I thinking too small?
Wait, are you talking about at the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, referred to it as albums. I was like, damn, am I thinking too small? And then I sat down with Troy Ultra, and then he also said album. I was like, damn.
So
I
it's
was like, maybe I'm
that
thinking
was
too
a sign
small.
right there.
I was like, I might need to step it up. So it's definitely like you were the start of me
I
like
appreciate
stepping
that.
things up, because it was just gonna be another EP, another
My
like
little
five.
accident turned into a blessing.
You feel me? That's how life works. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go big or go home. We only getting older. What's the point of like taking these small steps?
Yeah,
Like
don't
let's
sell yourself short.
Hail Mary, shoot for the stars. So one of the things that I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do an Out and About album, I don't want to leave some of the better performing songs from the past two EPs in the dust and forgotten, because sometimes you drop something new so you'll kill whatever else was out there because you're not gonna be focused on it, right?
Right.
And the Out and About story, a lot of those songs help tell the story. So I was like, you know what? Let me put everything all in one place. A little bit of the old, a little bit of the new, combine them so that way you guys get the full story from top to bottom. You know what I mean? The project like was the beginning of me mixing my own music
Oh wow, that's
and
impressive.
really like finding my sound. I remember when I did Smooth, I actually, all right, when I was working on Like This, and I was trying to figure out how to get my vocals a certain way, because I showed it to Saf. He was like, yo, I love it, but your voice not sitting right. And he taught me about parallel compression. And once I figured that out, I was like, oh, all right, boom. And then I started knocking out the other tracks. And I was mixing that in Jamaica. And while on that same trip, I wrote Anyway, I wrote Unavailable, I wrote I'm Him, I wrote Smooth, but the version that I wrote in Jamaica was trash. It was some of the worst lyrics I ever wrote. In the verse, I compared the brown skin of a woman to ice cream. It was super corny.
Wow.
It was super corny.
But hey, bro, sometimes you got to start off to get something great. So
that definitely
at
is
least
true.
that's we didn't get brown skin and ice cream.
Yeah, nah. I came home from that trip in time for the BET Awards, and I'm watching it, and I seen Busta Rhymes get honored, and during his speech, he had on the screen Cartel and was it during his speech or was it during his performance? Either way, because he did both, and both was like inspiring. And when he had Cartel right next to Kool Herc, a lot of people in hip hop don't know Kool Herc, and it's a shame because that's the beginning.
OG.
You feel me?
OG.
So to see him, and he was like, "Yo, Kool Herc is out." I don't want to say the word he used because I don't know if we cuss on here or not. But he was like, he's a Jamaican. So I'm like, okay, you know what? That's you know what? I need to hone in on that right now. Like Afrobeats has been running the place as far as like foreign music.
You trying to make a way for
And
dance.
I love Afro beats. When I'm in a certain mood, I need to be calm, I bump it. But I do miss the time where if you wanted to spice up your song or spice
You
up your
would throw in
catalog,
a
you would call
Caribbean
us.
feature.
You know what I mean?
Yup.
I miss the days when if you would hear a Yin Yang Twins or a Lil Jon with
Yup.
Elephant Man or a Pitbull with them or a Cartel with this that and the third. You
Add
know
a
what I
little
mean?
spice to the song.
Yeah, you know what I mean. If you wanted to add that, you would call a Damian Marley.
Mm-hmm.
You would call a Shaggy. You would call a Sean Paul.
We need y'all to call Ryuu Richy.
We need y'all to call me. I'm here for it. So I'm trying to be a part of the resurgence because you see what's going on in the
Yeah,
Caribbean
I
culture
do.
right now. Cartel's free and it feel like
Yeah, and
dance
that's a
hall is in
major,
major. Feel like
moment.
dance hall is everywhere now.
Yeah.
It's always been everywhere, but now
It's more
it's being
popular.
put at the forefront.
Yeah, it's more popularized
Yeah.
for sure.
So that's the mission right now.
Okay.
To be a part of the wave, make sure the wave don't miss me.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
feel you. Well, you definitely on the right track.
Thank you.
So I'm not gonna lie. A few of my favorite songs from the project.
Tell me.
You gotta know the first one.
Unavailable.
Unavailable.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
On
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Smooth. So tell me, what are your favorite songs from the album, or not even your favorite, but like the ones you had the most fun even creating?
The most fun creating.
Either
Alright.
or. Most
Yeah.
fun or favorite.
Fun and favorite. All right. So On Go is definitely one of
On
my
Go.
favorites as well.
Yeah.
That I had the beat in my cart on BeatStars for months before I bought it.
Oh,
Because I
wow.
knew I loved the beat, but at the time money was tight and I was like, I should not be buying beats right now. I got too much beats and no time to write to them all.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I loved it so much that I couldn't like let it go. I was like, all right, you know what? Let me buy it upon credit. Yeah, I mean, so
What you gotta do, man?
yeah, so eventually I bought it and I'm like, yo, I gotta come correct because I hear that beat and I can just listen to it instrumental, just for minutes and hours upon time. Just it's a cool vibe. So I love On Go. I modeled. Fun fact about On Go, I modeled the second verse in the same cadence and flow of the second to last verse of Not Like Us.
Oh shoot.
So the
Yeah.
bottle of pop, hey,
Yeah.
like nobody will probably catch that if I don't say it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Not
because
gonna
Kendrick's
take a
my
listen
favorite
again.
rapper, you know. So, even the sometimes in the pot like that part, like
Yeah.
when Kendrick take it up, like I modeled the same thing, like yeah, because I was like, how can I take this, flip it, and make it my own?
Yeah.
You know? So, On Go's one of my favorites. Mad Ting is definitely one
That
of my
no,
favorites.
that's another one too. The way you even came in,
That one,
man, that's a fire one right there.
that one took years to write.
Really?
I wrote the hook and had the hook since 2021. Wow. And wrote several different verses for that song. And each one, it was like, all right, man, the voice I'm using, it don't feel like me. I feel like I'm trying to be somebody else. Or, okay, I'm not coming hard enough on this. But why? Pause. I'm not.
I didn't even pick I can't.
You know,
I can't.
I just really felt like the lyrics fit. We need a refresher. Take two. I felt like
And this is all going in there.
and
Too.
this is- yeah, we keep it all of this. All right, so I just didn't feel like the lyrics were hard enough for it. Even that's kind of why but
No, we can't.
I just didn't feel like it was fire enough. So I kept rewriting verses like for years, and I'm like, all right, I'll come back to this beat whenever the lyrics come to me, it come to me. I
Yeah.
don't like to force nothing.
Right.
So I had it in the back burner for a while, and it wasn't until like
Good
this
things
year.
take time.
Definitely do. It took a minute, but when it came to me, I was like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I knocking
you
it
snapped
out.
on that.
Thank you. Thank you. The intro was, I was like, you know what? How do we break in this guitar sample? We can't just have it start like boom, boom, boom. And I was like, you know what? Make this be the statement. Because clearly, for the people that know me from SoundCloud days, I've taken things into a different direction
Yeah.
completely. So I want people to understand why, understand who I am, what I represent, and the mission. You know what I mean? Again, dancehall,
Yeah.
putting it back in the forefront. The roots, the culture, making sure you know that that's who I am, that's where I'm from. That's so that's one of my personal favorites for that. I tried to keep any song off of it that I didn't like.
Yeah,
So
so you proud and you love the whole
I love
project.
the whole project, but again, I do have some favorites. Anyway, as far like out of all the Heartbreak songs, Anyway is one of my favorites because I could listen to that beat and just zone out. Um, let's see. Like This. If I'm driving in the nighttime, I like listening to Like This. Man, I don't love Unavailable as much as everybody else.
Is it because you feel like, because that's like one of the first songs I seen you perform when you did
Yeah.
my show, and I feel like any show you do, that's one of the.
Yeah, I love it to perform, but I know the level that everybody else love it, and I know like if it's here, I'm like here,
I feel you.
you know. And that might be, I don't know if it's the beat or the subject matter, but no, it's definitely subject matter. It's a subject matter, but I have a deep appreciation for it because that was one of the songs that I'm like, okay, I'm conscious about how I approach the hook.
Yeah.
I remember T-Pain was doing a competition, right? And whoever won would have went on tour with him, got signed and all that. And I'm a big T-Pain fan. The way I harmonize my vocals and stuff like that, I modeled that after him and Roscoe Dash. So entered the competition, had a song called Congo at the time. Put it in, he looked at it and was like, yeah, so this hook is kind of like all over the place. You want to make something like simple for the audience
To digest.
to digest and be able to recite.
Yeah.
Where he was like, when we're at the shows, we want the hook that we could
We
sing
could
with you.
repeat it back to you, right?
Right. So that sat with me for a while, and Unavailable was one of the songs I was like, okay, let me implement this to make sure that this is that.
Yeah.
So Unavailable is important because of the lessons that it came from. Oh man, it's so many.
He like, it's a backstory for that one.
Oh man, it's so many. I like the whole project, but so for like those three that I mentioned are my
Are your
personal favorites. Yeah.
Okay. So you got your boy Savwell as a few of the features. So just tell me a little bit about the process with you collabing on that with him.
All right, so Sav's on, it's about 3 tracks, right? So I think the first one is Keep It Real. I remember when I wrote the song, that's another one where the verse that's on there now was not the verse that was on there originally. I rewrite songs all the time, right? So rewrote it, showed it to him. I'm like, yo, like there's an extra verse. I feel like I said all I need to say. Like, you know what I mean? He's one of the people, like, if I got a song and I felt like I did enough and I need a different perspective, I go to him. You know what I mean? First and foremost, you know what I mean? So big up Sav Will, big up East Empire Entertainment. And when I brought that song to him, one of his relatives from Jamaica just so happened to be like in the house at that time.
Oh, wow.
And we're playing it, and he's listening to it. He's like, yo, oh my gosh, yo, like, this fire, yeah, I'm gonna hop on this. I'm definitely get to it. And he's like writing this verse in real time. And then his cousin just creeps into the studio room. Didn't even see him, just creeps. And he's just,
He
and then when I know it, he was like, yo, that sound like I hit. It was like, word? It was like, yeah, man, that sound like I hit. And then he just
creep back out.
just disappeared, evaporated back into the darkness of the basement. You know what I mean? But from that moment, I was like, okay, yeah. Oh man, Keep It Real, I love that beat a lot too. So that was the process for that song. Smooth, you know, of course, it's labeled remix because the original was just me. It wasn't supposed to be. There was somebody I had in mind. I thought they would have been great. I don't think they liked it as much as I thought they would have. So I was like, all right, let me just do it myself. When I put it out, one of my homegirls, her stage name happens to be Sav as well, S-A-V, right? Because those are initials. She heard the song when it was put out on the first EP, loved it. And because of how much she loved it, I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't you? I'm like, I don't even know why I ain't call you in the first place. Like, I'm tripping. So put her on it, and she knocked it out the park. I mean, like she flipped the bridge, like the be about the ever fine no your wine, so that like she flipped that in her perspective and whatnot, and the harmonies that she added onto the hook, I was like, oh man, this is fire. But I'm like, damn, you know, it'll be even more fire. I'm like, yo, Sav, I'm gonna knock
Another
this
one.
verse out. I'm like, yo, come get on this, and he was like, bet, and he knocked it out.
Yeah, that came together really well.
Thank you. Now come over. I don't really remember too much of that session because I record everything at my house.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
whenever I feel like I want him on something, I pull up and I play it for him, see if he like it. So I remember playing it for him, and Come Over is another one of those beats where like, yo, you could play it and just listen to the instrumental and just zone out. I zoned out to that beat for hours before I bought it, and hours after I bought it to figure out what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So when I brought the song to him finally, and he's just hearing it, and he hear the hook, he hear my verse, he was like, yeah. Whenever his face light up, you see it in his eyes. It's like
It's
kid
like,
to kid. He's
okay,
like,
we gonna
yeah.
make this happen.
You know, so he put that together and he sent me the verse, and I was like, all right. I think probably like after a while, I was like, I started playing with my ad-libs and stuff. So I started adding those to it. So songs like oh damn, I forgot about Make Love. I like Make Love a lot. But that ad-lib started with that song, and when putting the album together, I was like, oh, let's go back and add that to this. So adding that in between his bars in the verse came way later, but once we did it, I was like, yo, like this is golden. You know what I mean? So those were the process of having him on the project. Big up Sav Will again. Once again, big up Sav Will.
And to even bounce off of that, so you and Sav are a part of a collective called East Empire
Entertainment, yeah.
right?
So E3 for short.
Yeah. So how did that get started, and who else is a part of that collective, or is it just you guys?
Pretty much. It used to be like 8 of us. Gotta shout out Ali. The Guru. He's definitely still East Empire Entertainment. We're trying to like pushing to be more active music wise, but you know, everybody's timing. But yeah, it used to be like 8 of us, and you know a bunch of people that do what you do. Everybody make music, so like, oh yeah, let's join forces, Voltron. You know what I mean? And it just don't work out that way. Like people started having egos. One person was like, hey, this music stuff is a competition. Everybody ain't gonna make it.
Oh,
branched off. That is, you know.
You got some artists with that mentality though.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, we all can make it. Everybody in
Right.
Wu-Tang made it. You know, so that happened. One person, it got real messy because he started messing around with somebody in the group. And,
Oh yeah, you
and-
know how that goes. That gets messy, real messy.
it just got so messy. One by one, we just lost people.
Yeah.
People just started evaporating, and it just E3 literally boiled down to just 3 people.
Yeah.
You know, but I'd say it's for the best because one, no mess. As an Aquarius, I don't like mess.
You an Aquarius too?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
January
yes.
22nd with it.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't like the mess. So
For
things
real,
are
we
much
like
more
to be
calm.
out the cut. Don't involve me in no drama.
Nothing.
I'm worried about better things.
Right. You know, keeping the peace. So just that alone, you know, has made things better. And then two,
Yeah.
like when we want to do a song, Posse Cut is way easier to execute.
of course.
We don't gotta like extend the beat to 5 minutes
Right.
to fit, you know. So yeah. And you know what? My next sentence might have been shady. So you know what? I'll hold that back. I don't want to disrespect nobody. But yeah, just not, you know, everything happened for a reason.
does.
We ended up a part of another collective. That was like Liddy Mob. So if you go on like streaming services and you see some of the songs that me and Sav or Ali are attached to, some of them will say like Liddy Mob. And that was a time. It's no longer a time, but it was a time.
We're gonna leave it back there.
It was a time. You know. And after that, we was like, yeah, you know what? We just gonna stay E3. Every time we
Yeah.
try to do anything more than us, it
just
don't work.
out.
So let's just
it's
keep
meant
it
to
this.
be y'all.
Right.
Okay, so The album is called Out and About Again.
Hmm.
So, like, where are your favorite places to go to just have a good
Ooh.
time? And where are the places like you like to go to like get into that creative momentum to even write?
Number one, Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Specifically, Mobile. Like anytime I go back, and I'm at whether I'm at my auntie house or my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother house. Just being on the island, I'll get
It's
so
home.
much
Mm-hmm.
inspiration, and I'll just write the whole time I'm there. I'll write songs on top of songs while I'm there. You know what I mean? Most of the time, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, the vibe's just different. When I go there, I don't have to worry about my phone going off, worry about work, group chats and calls, somebody calling, hey, I need a ride to here, or oh, send me money for this. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just there and I'm relaxing, not worrying about nothing. So
Right.
Jamaica is number one. I've been to every state between New York and Florida, and every state between Jersey and Illinois.
Mm.
And I'm starting to appreciate New York a whole lot more than I did as a kid.
Mm.
Just the opportunities and the people I've met.
Yeah, such a creative, like so many creatives out there.
You know, it's really a hub. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
amount of people I've met within the past year, you know, a lot of great people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm appreciating New York more. Um, Florida's cool. Florida's cool. Have family down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you want the Jamaica
The
feel,
fake
the
island
faux,
vibe.
it's like Timu Jamaica. Like
I was going to say,
you want to
okay.
be there, but like say if you don't got no passport to really go there, that's the next best thing, you know. Because they get a
Facts.
lot of the imported stuff and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. So you'll see like the pepper shrimp, you'll
Yeah.
see the sodas, you'll get the Bigfoot, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you'll get all of that stuff and the palm trees. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
close, but then it's like
Mm.
white people with tans. You know what I mean? So that's the difference in it. But I mean if you go to the grill, you'll see that too. But you know, either way, Florida's cool. I went to Canada once, and I will say, Toronto is a vibe in the summer.
Really?
It's a vibe in the summer. My cousin took me to this place called the X.
The X.
The
Oh,
X.
the X.
The X.
Tell us about the X.
So the X, man, it's I don't really know what it is. I just know what's there. Right? So there's a big building and it's like the size of BJ's. And it's nothing in there but a bunch of food vendors. And there was everything from pizza, hot dogs, burgers, fries, shawarma, kebabs. Like it was so much different things going on in this one building. The whole place was people from all walks of life. You had black, Spanish, Asian, Indian, like with Caucasian. It was so much different people. Like there was rides from left to right, bunch of different vendors on the outside. They was selling stuffed animals. There was arcade games. They was selling drinks.
So like state fair vibes.
Yeah, they was selling jacuzzis.
Jacuzzi.
There was a stand full of hot tubs.
Oh,
I
wow.
kid you not. A stand full of hot tubs. I'm like, all right, if I were to buy this, how would I even take this home?
Like I got a flight ticket.
Yeah, I mean, like imagine you there with your children and you just bought a hot tub. What are you doing with that?
Yeah,
You know?
that is not a good decision to make.
Man, it was so crazy. Like the rides were insane, and this will probably sound a little, like a little, misogynist, but the fellas, if you're single, everybody here was in booty shorts. Go to the X, but. The X was the X. Just Toronto in the summer. I thought it was cold all year round. I went there. My cousin was like, "Yo, what are you bringing a coat for?" He sent me a video of him sweating.
Why didn't y'all figure that out before? Y'all didn't have that conversation?
We had it
Or you
right
ain't even
before we hit the bus because we took a Greyhound. There,
Okay.
So he was like, "Bro, what are you bringing a coat for?"
Right. Now you got extra stuff.
He sent me the face of it. He was like, "Yo, I'm sweating. Look, see the sun there?" Yeah. So
You ain't look at the weather?
I just thought it's one of them things like if you don't go to the UK, you thought they don't have sun.
Yeah.
If you ain't go to Canada, you just thought they don't get heat.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
certain things like when you just public education just don't teach you. you know, so I just didn't know.
Yeah.
But once you go, you find out like, oh, okay, it's more than meets the eye.
Yeah, so in the summer, don't go there
Don't
bringing a coat.
don't go there with no coat. Don't go there with no shiesty.
Shiesty is crazy.
There's people walking around in New York, or even in New Jersey, with
Even-
shiesties right now. And it's 105, 95 on a calm day, 85 if you're lucky. Like, I'm
Yo,
like,
he is so funny. I
like
can't.
who are you hiding from? What crimes are you
What
committing?
ops? What ops?
What ops do you have that you gotta hide your faces in
Broad daylight.
broad daylight, 100-degree weather? I know your face greasy on up under that hat. Like,
Oh
just
my
straight
gosh.
cooking. People are
Hey.
crazy.
So you had your album release party last night. Congratulations. How are
Thank
you
you,
feeling
thank you.
about that? How do you think the music was received? I feel like you had
Mm-hmm.
so much support, so much energy in the crowd. So how are you feeling about last night?
Wow. So how I'm feeling? Well, first and foremost, I'm tired. Yeah, I mean, but other than that, man, I am very happy because we made a guest list. We wrote down names, everybody, and it was like 110 people we had on that. And I reached out to about like 70 people myself directly with handcrafted messages specifically for this person. So when I reached
Oh,
out to you, I
wow.
said, hey, da 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 da.
Yeah, I
what's going on?
appreciate that.
And then I brought up the event. You know what I mean? So after doing that, by the time I got to like 50 people, I was like, oh, this kind of draining.
Maybe
You
let's
know?
just hit that copy and paste. Let me see.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was like, no, I want everybody to feel special.
Nah, that's
you know?
great.
So that was one. And just seeing most of the people that I did reach out to did make it, that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Especially since it's New York. Going through the tunnel is annoying. The tolls ain't cheap. So the fact that y'all
just that
made
little
it out
commute
there,
to get there, yeah.
you feel
But
me?
we had to
That
come
I
out and
appreciate it.
support.
You
And it
feel-
was an honor and a pleasure to be there.
and it was an honor having you there, and that just seeing who was there from the family, the friends, the connects, everything.
Yeah.
It was very special. The food looked good, and I say looked because I didn't eat while there.
You didn't eat.
I barely ate that whole day.
Oh well, the food was good.
Let them know. Tell them.
No, they had like Caribbean food. They had the fruits. I appreciate that because
I
I
took a
was
couple of
hot
those.
getting there. You had like watermelon. I'm like,
That's the
That's
only thing I had there. I had a can of soda and a couple pieces of watermelon.
why didn't you eat?
I didn't want to eat food and then be mingling and talking to everybody with food breath.
That's why you have gum or you bring mouthwash
I
or a
didn't
little
have any of that. So I was like, you know what?
That's crazy.
That's
he
when I-
didn't eat because he didn't want food breath. Bro, this is why you carry like mouthwash or a little toothpaste, toothbrush.
I know for next time.
Yeah.
But usually when I do events, that's how I operate. Like I don't if I need food, I'll eat
After.
before,
Way before.
way
after.
before, like in the morning or after it's all done.
Oh, wow.
Especially if I'm commuting to New York because God forbid I have to poop in New York. No, everybody bathroom lock. You gotta buy something if you want to use it.
Oh, yeah.
And you
buy
get
it.
inside and it's the toilet seat wet.
Bathroom stalls tiny.
Oh my gosh.
Lighting all dark.
Oh, it's you stepping on
God knows what.
mystery fluids on the floor. Oh, and bro, God forbid. Sorry, New York, but we don't need for work, panda.
We love y'all. It's always a vibe, but it's a little dirty.
So I try to keep, just my system clean. I like, well, if I need to drink juice, I drink,
Yeah,
drink
just
water
drink.
or whatever
Yeah,
the case, you know what I mean? But
hydrate
I'll wait
yourself.
and eat.
Was
after
there
the
any
fact.
food left for you to take
Oh,
home?
they packed me a plate.
Oh,
They packed
okay.
me a plate. They packed me a plate, and then it turns out like ain't nobody saw the mini patties that was there.
There was mini patties.
It was mini patties.
Where was that
it was
hiding?
veggie. I don't know. I didn't even know we had it.
Oh wow!
I just know when we
I
was
know
cleaning
y'all had
up.
mini tacos.
Yet though we did have those.
Yeah, I
And
didn't see no mini. Who was? Someone took them home. Someone was hiding them from us.
I'm guessing somebody in, or like they was on the bar counter when we was cleaning up, and when I saw that nobody
Maybe.
told me, I was like, okay, they're coming home with
Yeah,
me
this is my little gift to myself.
tonight. And as soon as I got home, that's what I ate. I ate about 6 of them joints and knocked out at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh my! No, the food was good. I don't know if somebody made it. You got catering. What the situation was, but that food was good.
We hired somebody named Ephraim, a friend of Sav's family, to do most of the food. The Rasta Pasta Kiera cooked that. The mac and cheese
good.
I made.
Yeah,
you know.
everything was good. No complaints whatsoever. But hey, Caribbean
Good to
people
hear.
always gonna put it down.
Absolutely.
But was this the first event like you've had, like you know planned? Oh, congratulations!
This is the first event we've ever thrown ourselves. Everything we've ever done was.
I think it
stuff
was
that we
great
went to.
too. That was a great first event.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hopefully, first of many.
First of many, for sure. This was when I talked to Sav, I'm like, yo, this is like the J-Rock like moment where it's like when it came to TDE, he was the first one to like really like jump off the porch with it and like see what's going on in the industry, come back with all knowledge and like give the game back to the squad, and then they take that and then they run with it. Then Q hit the road with it. Then Dot hit the road with it. You know what I mean? So this was that moment for us where it's like, yo, let's just do this to one, see that we could do it,
Yeah.
and figure out what we can learn from it. Because for a good while, we've been wanting to like do our own events and stuff like that because we felt like we've met so much people where it would be
Yeah.
possible. So I'm like, yo, what better occasion to do it than this album?
Yeah.
And we laugh about this because we're like, yo, when did we decide to do a party? Like we're in the middle of crunching the numbers and creating a flyer and whatnot. Like, yo, when did we decide to do this? We're like, we really don't know, you know. But I'm glad we did it. It was our first time, and there was only a few hiccups. One was the weather fault.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as soon as we were loading up the U-Haul, wind started to blow and there was dust flying everywhere. I had to close my eyes while lifting. I'm like, you got it?
Yo,
You
he's
got
a
it?
character.
You know? And then as soon as we finished it, it started to rain.
Yup.
And then the traffic, the tunnel, it was
Yo,
a
me and my
mess.
friend took a train there. When I tell you our train was sitting for like 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
I thought y'all would, like, it would just be a straight, just pew. I didn't think y'all was going to have to deal
Nah,
with that.
because it was a delay with the trains too because of the weather. Yeah, so
Yeah, it was hectic for everybody,
Yeah.
you know. But because of so, we had to push some things back, you know. But I feel like things started when it was
the
supposed
night
to.
went well. It was definitely worth it for sure.
Yeah, if you didn't know what the initial plan for the schedule was, you would have never known anything like went
Yeah,
wrong at
I
all.
can't tell.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I'm glad about, that regardless of what we had in mind, like we still executed the plan.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to get into my favorite part of the interview. So I'm going to
Okay.
have 2 questions for you just so that we get to know a little bit about Ryuu Richy from a different perspective. So if there was a national Ryuu Richy day every summer, what does that day look like? Paint the picture for me. Because for one, you Caribbean, so I know the vibes already got to be there.
Yeah, all right, so the day
What does Ryuu Richy day look like?
got to be near some water,
Okay,
either by
for
a
sure.
big pool or the beach.
Beach. Mm-hmm.
And not just any beach, because as a Jersey person, I hate our beaches. I grew up on Jamaican beaches.
Yeah, so
when,
it's like here, it's like what the,
when I
is
went to
this?
the beach for the first time in America,
I'm not putting my foot in
I
that
was
water.
disgusted. I'm like, and not even because of the color, because it's so murky you can't see nothing. And it wasn't the stench. It was how rough the water was.
Mm-hmm.
The water will see you come in it and throw you back on the shore. Like, what the hell you doing?
Don't come
You
in
thought you
here.
was about to
It's
swim?
it's warning you.
You know what I mean? Whereas the water in Jamaica is so calm.
Light,
It's so
yeah.
inviting. You know what I mean? So either somewhere there or by a pool. So that's one. I love being around water. I don't know if it's like an Aquarius thing, us being like the water bearers.
Yes, exactly.
You know, but it's my thing. So it'd have to be that, right? some nice fruity
Fu-
drinks gotta be
Ooh,
available.
okay.
Right. And me, since I don't drink, I need something
Yeah.
non-alcoholic. Right. Right. So that gotta be involved.
Nice little cocktail.
I need the music to be on par. I need the music to be on par. If you play straight dancehall all the time, mad. If you play, reggae, if you play Afro beats, mad. You know, certain hip hop, I'm not hip to. So if you play too much of it,
Yeah, you need
it'll
a
throw
little
me
bit.
off.
You need a little bit of everything.
I need stuff that's not
Just
only
the
good,
right
like
amount.
and more so the beats. The beats gotta feel like we outside. The beats gotta feel like vacation. The beats gotta feel like, all right, I could lounge or I could party if I want to. I need music with those type of vibes. Food. I don't like going nowhere without no food. I don't like doing nothing without no food.
I feel you.
So the food gotta be good, and the food gotta be there. I cover food, drinks, location. Me, I don't know if anybody would think this of me, but I am not an extrovert. I'm more so an ambivert. So if it's
Depends on who you're around.
it depends on who I'm around.
I feel you.
And if it's
I'm
too
the
much
same
people
way.
that I don't know,
Best believe.
I don't want to be there for too long.
I feel you.
I'm gonna
I
find
feel
me
you
a
in that.
corner and I'm gonna
Let
chill.
me get my energy back real quick.
You get what I'm
Let me
saying?
take a step back.
Like I need, if I'm going to, if it's somewhere where it's a bunch of people that I don't know, I need to have a couple of familiar faces. With me.
I feel you.
And may God go with you if you're the only person I know. We're best friends the whole night. You're not going nowhere without me. We're twins until I leave. you know, join at the hip. Because it just becomes a task sometimes with too much strangers. You know,
I feel you.
I navigate well, but I'd rather have familiar faces. So the more familiar faces, the better. Like last night, because I knew almost everybody,
You was able to just vibe.
I was
Forget any of the hiccups. You was able
all
to
of
vibe.
that. Yeah, I mean, completely like let all the shackles up. Shackles. This ain't no. Just the restraints. Like I was able to like fully be like
Yourself,
me and
yeah.
comfortable. You know.
Yeah.
So familiar faces, food, drinks, water, nice weather. That would be
National Ryuu
Ryuu Day. You celebrate by linking up with people you love, care about, have fun with, and just eat some good food, listen to some good music, and just chill. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
So speaking of food, what Caribbean country has the best food?
Now, my answer is gonna sound biased, but what I will say is that if it sounds biased, it's not. This is just, I'm gonna just give y'all the facts and y'all do with it what y'all will. All right. If you notice, a Jamaican restaurant would just be labeled a Jamaican restaurant. A Caribbean restaurant will have a bunch of flags up in there. And you just gotta slowly figure out which one is running it. And you will see the Jamaican flag up in there. All right. The big, as far the lineup, they'll usually have it in the beginning of the lineup. You know. So when you hear Caribbean, you'll think that it's a Jamaican restaurant. But it might be Trini. You know, it might be a Bajan, or it might be, one of the Virgin Islands. You'll think it's Jamaican because the average American don't know the difference.
Yeah,
they hear a little bit of pata, regardless
they
of the
think
variations.
they always go to they're Jamaican. Yeah, they
have us as the mascot. So you could be from any one of them other islands, and they hear a little bit, they'll think you want us.
Yeah,
So just that alone. And the food that's synonymous with us, the beef patty. You got oxtail.
Yeah.
I mean, the jerk chicken. Yeah, I mean, saltfish and aki. Like it's we just have so much staple rice and peas. It's so much foods that we have as staples where it's like, all right, if we not the best, give me a country that has that much to compete with. If I got the Avengers, you can't come to me with a trio. You can't pull up with the Beatles. you gotta have a list that has that same length. I just named like several different things,
Yup.
and I ain't even get to them all yet. So I would have to say Jamaica, man. I would definitely
Okay.
have to say Jamaica.
And to bounce off of that, I think I said 2 questions. We actually gonna make this to 3.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so the word on the street is that you're a secret chef. So like, what are your favorite dishes to make?
My favorite dishes to make. Okay. Ooh. I wouldn't even say I'm secret with it. I post food whenever I cook. Sometimes I make like when you don't see me post food, 9 times out of 10, I either bought food because I was too tired, or I made a struggle meal. I'm ashamed. But people know my signature to be the mac and cheese.
Yeah, that mac and cheese was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had to make 2 pans because Kiara's birthday was a couple of days ago.
Oh, wow.
And I made 1 pan, and that was going in 30 minutes. And I was giving people like small scoops. And I served everybody. And then I left and came back and it was gone. I was like,
I ain't even getting
what happened? I got, but it's like I ain't get as much as y'all.
Yeah.
So last night I had to make sure I made 2 pans. And I don't know if you heard everybody for that. I was like, oh, the coochie mac and cheese, coochie mac and cheese. I don't know why they call it that, but that's literally what they call it. And I can't even escape it. That's just what it is now.
Oh my God. That's what your people calling it?
That's what they call it.
Oh, wow.
That's what they call it. So it's the easiest thing for me to make without me having to even think. Protein wise, I love to cook chicken, specifically thighs. The thighs is more tender, and it doesn't come off like it doesn't end up dry the way chicken breasts do. You know what I mean? Now, I prefer bone-in meat, but sometimes like the way the blood, be in it still, like it's me, like the patience that I have sometimes when I'm cooking. Yeah, so I prefer somebody else cook it than as me. But if I'm cooking it for myself, I'm gonna go thighs. All right, vegetables, you got to make sure you have a balanced diet. I'm oven roasting carrots, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, string beans, all that type of stuff. Rice, I love rice. I don't bake. I don't bake. So everything I do is either like stove top. If it is the oven, it's like oven roasted.
Yeah.
I'll do like grill, but I don't bake.
Okay.
So I do everything from like fish, shrimp, and beef steak. I
Ryuu Richy platters.
The food will come. We're a lot of people's like, oh, do a food truck or oh, sell plates, and I'm like, I know people will buy it from me, but it's like, how legal is it to do it? Because I know you got like license and stuff like that, and I probably shouldn't even care about that stuff. People break laws all the time, But it has come to my mind.
Okay.
I might get that going.
Yeah, maybe in the future, Yeah. Okay, so my final question to wrap it up.
Right.
So, what do you want people to think when they hear the name Ryuu Richy?
When people hear Ryuu Richy, just the name alone,
Like,
I want you to think artist. You know what I mean? I'm an artist in every sense of the word. Whether visually, musically, like.
yeah, you make art too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I started out with visual art when I was attempting to go to college.
Oh, okay.
My major was studio art.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but things didn't work, so I pivoted completely with music.
Yeah.
So, but regardless of what medium or expression that I'm expressing in, I want you to know, like, all right, I've observed the world, I've observed people, I've observed myself, and I'm putting all of that in whatever I create.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. And just know that, like, everything come from an authentic place. If you hear me say something music-wise that you're like, oh, he don't have that. Just know that was me manifesting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, the biggest thing, artists. Music wise, you think about me, I want you to think lyrics, melodies. I want you to think hits. Like this is the guy. I want you to think fun. I want you to think vibes.
Yes, funny
You
vibes is
know?
definitely.
Though that's when you hear Ryuu Richy, I want you to think that and feel that little warm feeling. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Okay, well, thank you so much, Ryuu Richy,
thank you for
for
having
joining
me.
me on this episode. And do you want to shout out any of your, platforms where they could find you?
Definitely. So I did do this thing at the shows where I tell them my name. So if you want to find me on all social media platforms and all streaming services, my name is RYU and then another U RICHY. So find me Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I don't really use Twitter like that, but TikTok, Facebook. If you want to look for me on your favorite streaming services, Apple Music, Spotify, I'm everywhere. I'm on Twitch now. My PlayStation Network is Ryuu Richy. Like I'm everywhere with it. So Ryuu Richy again. That's RYU and then another U RICHY.
Thank you for joining me, and thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next episode.